What's up, everybody? My name is Vincent. Welcome to Cryptolution, where we talk about everything under the moon in the crypto universe. Today, we have some breaking news because Bitcoin, even though it's $46,000, their ETF has surpassed $4.5 billion in trading volume. This is in regards to all 11 applicants that have gone live trading today. 4.5 billion. That has broken a new record, surpassing gold. We're going to share with you the data around what this looks like. We're also going to share with you some crazy bearish sentiment towards Vanguard and Bank of America and how they're not allowing their customers to buy any Bitcoin. And at the end of the video, we're going to share with you some responses from the most prominent figures within the crypto, Bitcoin, and blockchain space, and why you need to stay informed about what could happen with Bitcoin's price, considering that this could potentially go to around $200,000 and higher. What does that all mean? Well, make sure to watch this video throughout its entirety and make sure you subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to join our Patreon page, and please be careful with any of the scammers down in the comments below. I will never reach out via WhatsApp, Telegram, direct messaging, or email, so please be careful and invest safely. So guys and girls, let's get right into it. So you must be wondering, we're seeing this price of Bitcoin that earlier this morning went up to around 48,000 and then significantly dropped to around its support level around 46. Well, this is simply the case of leverage traders. Basically, when everybody's so bullish around Bitcoin, leverage traders tend to hold a position to liquidate all the longs where people are bullish on. They liquidate those people and you see a sharp sell-off. And this is completely normal. And the fact that we are at 46,000 still has not changed a thing. It just goes to show you that actually people are buying Bitcoin right now. So let's go into the data. So right now we're seeing that we've passed 4.5 billion in terms of trading volume on day one. Today is day one and we've shattered that record. Now, if you don't know, the record for the gold ETF was the highest until Bitcoin came around, and that was in 2004 when that ETF was passed. That only had $1.63 billion on opening day. We have gone 3 times higher than that with Bitcoin. And these are all the different applicants that have had their ETF go live today. And in other news, what about Coinbase? Can you believe it? Coinbase experienced $7 billion in trading volume and over-the-counter trading volume within its ecosystem. $7 billion just within Bitcoin. That is insane. People are buying the dip. Now, this is an amazing chart shared by BlackRock. Now, what they're showing you is how Bitcoin performs against all these other different major asset classes. And it's showing, if you compare Bitcoin to these asset classes, Bitcoin has predominantly dominated throughout all these years. As you can see, up until 2023, it's still outperforming all those different assets. So if you're wondering if Bitcoin's going to perform better than gold, or maybe the S&P/X, maybe the AGG or CMT, well, guess what? This is a great chart to share with everybody that you know in case they're wondering if they should have some allocation to Bitcoin. Now, we also have the Bitcoin Spot ETF day one trading volume. So this goes to show you where the trading volume is being allocated. Right now, Grayscale is doing the most compared to IBIT, which is BlackRock, FBTC, which is Fidelity, ARK-B, which is ARK 21 shares, and BITB, which is Bitwise. So this is in a way allowing you to see who has the most trading volume. But right now, BlackRock is actually catching up quite a bit. I believe that they actually have already met the 2 billion mark. So this is kind of an old post that I'm sharing with you. Now, there's some people that are completely against this whole ETF going live. So Anthony Scaramucci was sharing this one tweet. Anthony says, who owns her? She didn't come in owned, but now is bought and paid for. Who is it? So people are speculating based off this tweet that she's actually fighting for the banks. And in fact, when Elizabeth Warren did say this, which is the SEC is wrong on the law and wrong on the policy with respect to the Bitcoin ETF decision. If the SEC is going to let crypto bar even deeper into our financial system, then it's more urgent than ever that crypto follow basic anti-money laundering rules. And funny enough, we ended up seeing Twitter correct her based on the community notes. It says here, the American court decided approving Bitcoin ETF is lawful, discrediting her right from the get-go. The DC Circuit Court of Appeals overturned the SEC's rejection of Grayscale's bid to convert its trust into an exchange-traded fund. So there you go, there's legitimacy there. Next up, we also have that Bank of America, Merrill Lynch, the representative of Bank of America, decided that they're not even going to offer their customers a spot Bitcoin ETF as an option to get exposure. They're actually joining Vanguard. If you don't know, Vanguard decided they're also going to not allow their customers to buy the asset of a spot Bitcoin ETF. The funny thing is, Robinhood app decided that it was going to list all 11 spot ETFs on their actual app and platform, which in a way is kind of mocking Vanguard. And the reason I think Vanguard and Bank of America is deciding not to offer their customers a spot Bitcoin ETF in terms of trade is because if you think about it, Vanguard is the second largest asset manager in the world. BlackRock is number one. Vanguard didn't file for an application. And in fact, if they file for one right now, they'd be absolutely too late. So obviously they're not going to offer it because they were too late to the train. Bank of America is a centralized bank. Of course they're not going to offer it. So next up, let's talk about VanEck, right? VanEck ended up mocking this a little bit. So on their actual Twitter platform, VanEck, who has a spot Bitcoin ETF live right now, is trading, says, "We are VanEck. We are not Vanguard. This is a completely different company," which is absolutely hilarious. And then we also have people who decide they're going to boycott and close their accounts for Vanguard after hearing this. So as you see here, these people have decided that with their 401ks or whatever accounts that they have with Vanguard, they're closing it because they just don't like the fact that they are not allowed to participate in something that's going to fight against the hedge of inflation. So this is something that we're seeing across the board and is completely shocking, and hands down to all these people that were daring to do so. Now in other news, we also have some other people who are completely against it, right? We do know that the UK is a little bit crypto friendly, but another bank, Bank of England's governor, is saying that Bitcoin is not going to take off as a financial service because it's using Bitcoin as a payment method is pretty inefficient. But the thing is, you can literally send Bitcoin across the world without a middleman, and the fees are cheap. While when you go to a bank, you send your funds internationally, you may not even see those funds arrive at the customer or recipient's wallet. In fact, you have to pay a large fee, which could be in the $20 to even possibly $50 just to send that money. We could send trillions of dollars, even billions of dollars of Bitcoin with a very small transaction fee globally without a middleman. That's why Bitcoin is global. Now let's hear what Douglas had to say around millennials allocating 50% of their net worth to Bitcoin. Say for instance, that's around $2,500, while boomers right now buying into these ETFs, just allocating 5% of their net worth to Bitcoin ETFs is $250,000. So if you think about it, Bitcoin is primed to explode. And in other news, if you think about Bitcoin compared to gold, this is where we are with Bitcoin right now and where we can go with gold in a short time frame, because again, we broke a new record today, breaking 3 times more trading volume than actual gold. Simpson Mao had to say this because he's a huge Bitcoin maxi, but understands that patience, young Padawans, we are dealing with the legacy of the financial system still. Buyers still need to fund brokerage accounts with wires. Some must move away from their existing brokerage firm that doesn't offer the ETFs. Things haven't even started heating up yet. So the reason this is important is because maybe these baby boomers are kind of stuck with their brokerage accounts, and the only way they can move the money is they have to do the old way, which is, sending things through wires, which can take even up to weeks for that to actually happen, even if they pay these substantial fees. So once they do that, then they'll be able to buy into these ETFs with the 11 applicants that are going live right now. And then we also have Tyler Winklevoss, one of the twins that owns a Gemini exchange here in the US that allows you to buy cryptocurrency, says today demonstrates the unstoppable power of Bitcoin and the inability of the establishment to stop it. They tried to fight it over a decade and finally capitulated. Bitcoin won. It broke the establishment. The SEC lost and proved that it's a failed institution. Now you must be wondering where the Bitcoin price is going to go from here. Well, in this video, Kathy Wood says that the bearish case that you can experience in the next year or two is that Bitcoin can hit $250,000. The base case, $600,000. And by 2030, $1.5 million per Bitcoin. So keep in mind, could this happen anytime soon, any of these price points? Well, one thing you need to keep in mind is not that these ETFs are live now. That's great and all. But why are they going live right now? Why do they all fight for this? It's because the Bitcoin halving is coming in April of 2024. That's 84 days away from now. Once that Bitcoin happens, you're going to experience a lot of price volatility from now until then. So if you have exposure to Bitcoin, if you have 0.20 Bitcoin, then you're in a good standard. Bitcoin, as you can see, has fought off against gold, is performing a lot better than any of these other index or major asset classes. Bitcoin is here to stay. So let me know your thoughts down below, how you feel about the Bitcoin price right now, because to me, in my opinion, this is the dollar cost average moment. If you haven't dollar cost average or have some exposure to Bitcoin, the time is to do so right now. We've shown you all the data. This is happening right now. We're broken new records. This has not happened ever with an ETF going live on day one. Over $4.5 billion, and it's not stopping. We're still seeing money flowing in right now. And as the week goes by, the next 2 weeks, up until April of 2024, We're going to see something crazy with Bitcoin, and I cannot wait to see it. So let me know your thoughts down below, what you think your price prediction is going to happen until then, and I cannot wait to read them. So as always, be sure to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to join our Patreon page to receive all the updates regarding Bitcoin and the Bitcoin spot ETFs. Until then, see you guys and girls next time.